I'm trying You're now listening to the Life Under Fire podcast with your hosts, Justin Seacrest, Stephen Rotter, and the only guy that's always right, even when he's wrong, Gary Seacrest.
Wait, what?
He's always right, even when he's not here.
Yeah, today we have a Gary-less episode.
Yeah, Gary unfortunately cannot make it today. He is moving, and so he's busy getting that all set up. So, no Gary today.
Wow, so we can kind of like make up our own facts, and Gary can't destroy us on it.
Oh, we got
Gary fact.
it's Free Fact Day. Everybody gets to say whatever they want, whenever they want.
Free, I like it.
Dangerous.
I mean, it's kind of like how this episode, like our episodes always are. We kind of just say whatever. But Gary normally puts us in our place and says, "No, no, no, I got the truth behind this."
Right? He's like, "Hey, wait a second. Why are you fucking lying?" Guess what? We're not lying anymore. We got no one. But overall, I am excited for him. He is finally getting to, move in with Beyonce, the young Stace Nation.
Gary's growing up. Gary's growing up.
Oh man,
I remember when he was not much bigger than he is now. But
oh yeah, because you just recently met him, or what?
yeah. You know how people start those stories. I remember when he was just a lad, little wee lad.
Yeah.
Way back in the day. No, I can't say that. I gotta just. I remember Gary when he was not much smaller than when he was now. How'd you celebrate the 4th, man? Happy 4th of July. Well, belated.
Yeah,
4th of July.
Happy belated.
America's birthday.
I moved our house around and slept. So, I did exactly what an American should do, whatever he wants on the 4th of July, I suppose.
That's a good way of putting it. I mean, it's uneventful, but I mean, that's a good way of putting it. Americans should do whatever the fuck they want to do.
It was
So
eventful for
happy
me,
4th of
man.
July. If that's how you want to spend it, go for it.
How'd you spend it, my man? What'd you do?
Oh my gosh. So we got invited out on some friend's boat. So we went on the lake, went swimming all day. And then we went to America's favorite pastime. Went to the local
Football?
gun. Definitely not. No. Baseball. You know this, Justin.
It's
Smartass.
we're going with Justin's favorite pastime.
America's favorite pastime, baseball. We went to the baseball game and stayed for fireworks afterwards, dude. I felt like a true American, man. It was a great day.
Yeah, I won't lie. That actually sounds pretty cool.
You can see posted pictures from the game with fireworks blowing up in the background at our Life Under Fire page. So visit our Life Under Fire page on both Twitter and Facebook. Um, jump online if you want to. Visit us at lifeunderfire.net. Say hi. See what's
Yeah,
going on.
get
Take a look
connected, man.
around. Buy a T-shirt.
If you want to, yeah.
Support our Patreon.
If you want to, yeah. We're not here to tell
Because
you
you're
what to do.
you're an American. Because you're an
Yeah,
American, you can
that's
do
what I'm
what you
getting at.
want. If you want to be American,
This is basically do whatever you want week, right? Is that what we're going with?
I think so. Do you get like a free pass almost? I mean,
I think
it's,
so.
it's
I think
funny. So
so.
fireworks like the cool ones that blow up in the sky are technically illegal in Massachusetts. Like you're not supposed to have them, but you would never be able to tell because that's all that's going on is people blowing up their own stuff and lighting fireworks. And yeah, you'd never be able to tell that fireworks were illegal in Massachusetts based off of the wonderful shows we got around town.
Well, that's good. I I just got a message from the young Nathan Sheaves. If you want to bring him on for the show, he's get a third person in here. He's get a cop's take on the 4th of July. What do you think?
We haven't talked to Nate in a long time.
I know. Let's see if we can get him in here. This going, but I mean,
Is he calling the line or no?
No. He's just gonna hop into the chat itself. As much as it would be cool to have him call in, I'd rather have the audio quality of him talking into a microphone. I hope you understand. let me let him know he's coming in here. But that's actually
Nate's dear friend of the show, police officer's perspective.
Yeah, he actually told me a pretty intense story right before I had to finish up Gary move. So it'll be cool. Intense. Let's just say he saved his own life.
Wow, normally when we talk to Nate, not much is going on. His cop life is pretty damn boring. But
yeah, he just wants people to come work for him. You know, that's it.
Not now.
Like no. But oh no, he's got some stuff to do. All right, he's not gonna make it this time. That's all right. I'll tell his story.
You're such a letdown, dude. You're such a killjoy.
It's not me.
Dude.
It's him, bro.
It's like you just like you gave me a placebo right now.
When he messages me, hey, are you casting?
I thought you gave me some cool stuff, and then all of a sudden you're like, nah, bro, those are just freaking like water pills.
He goes, you casting? I said, yeah, you want in?
Pills because you're fast.
And then says maybe next time. Like, come on, you know. It's all right. It's okay. I actually that's fine because his story was short. It was he went to, I don't think it was even a call. I think he went to a gas station to buy something, like something to drink. And when he went in there, someone was like trying to do something, did some sketchy shit, and it ended up, in a cop interaction. And they like ended up over the counter or some stuff. And I'm probably making it sound more intense than it was. Like they wrestled, yeah, and ended up over the counter. And then Nate's like trying to handcuff him, and this guy like freaking slips his hand into his pocket really quick and does some like sketchy shit. That's like no. So Nate trips out and grabs his hands, fucking yelling at him and all this stuff. And the guy had a knife in his other pocket, so it's actually really good that he forgot which hand he had it in. I guess he told him that he was an ex-military or whatever, and so Nate yelling at him gave him like some sort of PTSD. I guess, or something. And so that's why he tried to attack him with a knife.
Well, I mean, maybe if he didn't break the law in the first place by like trying to steal something, or maybe he was like sticking up the joint. Maybe he's freaking trying to rob the place. Who knows? I mean,
Yeah, doing something sketch, I suppose. But yeah, so Nate almost got stabbed, but the guy forgot
dude,
what pocket had his knife. So
I love being in the right place at the right time. Well, okay, so Nate's a cop, so it's a little different, but just being a civilian, I love just like if I were the dude just standing in line waiting to buy my freaking like gas station hot dog and I saw all that shit go down, that'd make my day.
yeah, because then you get like a week of people telling people stuff, like, and
Oh
especially
man,
with a
you'd be like, dude.
podcast. I wish nothing like that has happened recently. Oh, I lie. I had one thing happen July 3rd. But no, it was yesterday.
Gary,
it happened yesterday.
Gary's not here to tell us what the truth.
Yeah,
Gary
right.
fact.
I'm gonna actually save it because there's this one thing on our show notes that I put in there, and it was random. Okay, don't knock me for it. It was random, but there's both of them. I know if you're looking at it, the two that aren't pinned are rather strange. All right, so
I am right now.
I'll start with Oily Sistas. All right, so I was at Target.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Sistas. You gotta
Sistas.
see in his notes he wrote
Sistas.
Sistas. Sistas. Sistas.
Right. So that's not my fault. All right. So I was at Target. I was looking for wall mounts because now that I've moved into a different room, I have to put this TV in. It's a double room now instead of a single room, and so I need to get another monitor, and I have to move my TV out there. And so I was looking at a wall mount to put my thing up, and as I was walking back to the car, there was this car parked next to mine. And on the back, there was stickers. And so stickers mean look. And so I looked. And on it was a website. And I'm like, hey, I have a website. I'm going to look at what your website is. And the name of the website was theoilysistas.com. And I was like, I have to look. This is bait.
You gotta go right now.
Yeah, that's bait. All right.
You keep telling your story, and I'm gonna look at this right now.
So I get in the car, and I said, I'm not going anywhere until I look up what the oilysistas.com is. And this is free advertising for these people. So what it is essential body oils and stuff made locally by these ladies. I don't know if they're in this town or what, but when you hit the home page, it's about the sistas. And if you're watching on the YouTube, so when sistas, that's normally like, it seems not like these people. So it's two rather elderly white women. So I've never
meet the team.
It doesn't want to focus, but so it's two rather elderly white women wearing what are those hats? I don't know what they are. Flopadoodle hats. And their story is actually quite beautiful, and I'll read it to you. Once upon a time, these two sistas, Sistas, met before they were sisters, Sisters, because those are two different, meanings, dating their misters over 30 years ago as high school sweethearts is how it all began. To what is now an incredible friendship and marriages that have spanned over 20 plus years. Literally growing up together, these oily sisters have shared life, love, and are godparents to each other's children. Young living essential oils have been life changers for these ladies. Their families are healthier in so many ways due to these God-given oils, using them for their whole body wellness. They can't wait to share the goodness and these amazing oils with you. So my only problem with this is, so they are the ones giving the oils to the people. So they're basically in there about me claiming to be God because they're God-given oils. And so that was my only gripe with it.
That's what you find the entire gripe out of it? That's amazing.
It just was like, it was weird. Like, oilysistas.com. I'm like, this is not what I was expecting when I went to their website. They had like 15 other websites. I should have taken a picture and gone because, dude, there was a lot going on that. That vehicle needed to calm down. That's for sure. There was too much happening. But yeah, so that was instantly I'm like, I gotta bring this up on the cast.
So what were you thinking was going to be the website? I mean, like, you completely threw me off because Oily Sistas, I mean, okay, they are essential oil sistas, not sisters, sistas. But what were you thinking in your head when you saw the Oily Sistas?
I thought it was gonna be porn, and then I was like, "That's ballsy to advertise." I'm like, "Dude, this is gonna be some porn, or at least some like sex-related thing, like Oily Sister." You know, like there's those people that have like the love enhancement company they work for or whatever. It's like romance
Yeah.
and whatever, and everyone's happy to advertise that. I'm like, the Oily Sisters is moving in on the market, man. They're here to get in. You know, I'm like, this is awesome. So I look it up, and it's essential body oils for like stressing. It's got like arginine oil, which like opens like blood flow and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is like just essential body oils, I guess. But so
And
I
and
was
then
let
you're like,
down, but also
I was
not
gonna
let
say, and then
down.
you're like killjoyed again. Like, man, first it was Oily Sistas, now it's Nate.
Yeah,
You're
right.
like,
Everyone's let
what
me
the
down.
fuck?
Well, so to go to my other show
Oh,
note, because this happened, I was listening to the Pat McAfee Bangers playlist on Spotify. All right, and it's
yeah.
just every Friday I don't know if it's every Friday, but mostly every Friday they put out show or songs that they're gonna listen to and they're over the weekend, and it's his weekend bangers. So he personally says that he'll never release it because it's too hype and it will break the world. And so people have been slowly making it over time for every time he plays from that playlist. And
Mhm.
so I was listening to it, and Ludacris came on. Okay. And I always forget that Ludacris is a rapper. Like, he does all this other stuff with his life, but I always forget that he's a rapper. And god damn it, he is one hype motherfucker. This guy gets me going, dude. I was listening to his song and I stopped working because I was jamming so goddamn hard to Ludacris. Like, and I'm listening to the words. It's not like rap now where I don't know what they're saying or they're talking about the same thing over and over. Ludacris is talking about like he's got shit going on here, and the next thing you know, he's talking about what the fuck's going on over there. And I'm just like, Ludacris, slow down, bro. You're talking normal, but I don't know what you're saying. And so,
Yeah, man, he's got hoes in different area codes.
see, I knew you were gonna. That's not even the song that came on, dude. This guy, I don't. I'm gonna. I
He's got a
think,
lot going on though.
yeah,
I
dude. And he's an actor. I was like, dude, this guy is a fucking amazing person. And plus, he's funny as shit too in all the movies he's in.
Ludacris is he's starting to get into the comedy game too. Did you ever see any of the roasts that he was on?
I think I've seen one, but it was I normally fall asleep during those. They're not actually that funny for me. Is that bad?
Uh, no, it's not bad. I mean, some of them are hit and miss, but is though in the comedy game technically.
Yeah, he's hilarious. Here, this is the song that it was. I'm telling you, bangers all day. I'm like, yo, this is nice. It started up. I didn't even know this was Ludacris. I was like, what's going on here? This is Ludacris with Pharrell Williams even. I was like, get it, Ludacris. Get it, bro.
This is early Luda, man.
Yeah,
You're
man.
talking like early 2000s.
Bro, it was amazing.
How good do you feel driving down the street just freaking listening to bangers? I love it. I
Dude,
mean,
you have to have bangers. If you don't have bangers, what are you doing? Like,
and I mean like beat busting bangers. Like
oh yeah.
you look in the rear view mirror and that freaking mirror is shaking every
Oh
time the
yeah.
beat
And
drops.
you're like, wow, am I on a bumpy road? You're like, no, I'm just banging this goddamn car, bro. That's what's going on. That's what I do. It's bangers. all the time.
So loud that when you pull up next to somebody or you get out of the car, you're like, "What?
Yeah, right.
What'd you say?"
What I have to do, I normally, and this is
The window washer guy comes to like clean your car and he's like, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah, he's like hitting it. No, I like to most people before they get out of the car, they turn their car off and then they get out. But I am proud of my bangers so much, bro. I open my door, I get out, get ready and everything, all while the music's still playing. playing out my door so everyone near me can hear it, and then I turn the car off once I'm done getting.
It's 120 fucking degrees in Arizona, and you're rolling into the parking lot, rolling down your windows to let all that delicious AC out. But you want the world to hear what's busting in your car.
I'm putting cold air and bangers in the world. I don't know. I'm just here to help. That's all.
You're welcome.
Just trying to make the world a better place. And so
you're welcome, America.
That was my 2 rando show notes that I had on there, because Ludacris is just truly, he is a next level musician, actor, comedian. So he just needed to get a free shout out. That's all.
Do you go full name? Do you say Ludacris, or do you just go
He's Ludacris?
Luda?
See, I don't know if it's disrespectful to call him anything besides Luda, because that's what he calls himself. But I respect him so much to call him Mr. Ludacris. He is just, and he is
Mr. Ludacris.
He is something else, man. He is something else.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say? I mean, when you get to a certain level, I know I made the reference earlier, but I'm gonna make it again. When you get to a level where you have hoes in different area codes,
yeah, man,
I think you can put Mr. In front of your name and expect people to call you Mr. Luda.
Yeah, it's like you
Chris.
get, when someone gets knighted, they're a knight, but when you're Ludacris, you're just Ludacris. Like, you're Mr. Ludacris. There's no stopping. And so that was that. Here, give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab something to drink. But go ahead and preface. I seen that you had
I'll start with the FIFA.
Yeah, introduce our FIFA bracket. All right, I'll be right back.
Well, it is that time. Once every 4 years, we get into the only time we care about soccer, and that is the FIFA World Cup. So we've been doing a little bracket challenge on the show. So you've been listening, you've been keeping up, and you realize that when we did our first bracket, we sucked. We did terrible. We were 0 for 4 on games. It was embarrassing, and quite frankly, I apologize. But we came back strong. We came back so strong. We made it up for you, the listeners. We went 0 for 4 first round. Well, guess what? We went 4-0 the second round.
Oh, did we kill it that hard? Good job,
4-0, guys. 4-0. That's right. Pat ourselves on the back, because we did choose, in fact, Russia beating Spain, Croatia getting past Denmark. We'll thank Gary for that one, because both you and I were on the fence choosing Denmark, but Gary was like, fuck you. I got the Gary facts. Croatia. And we had Sweden over Switzerland. I think that was a unanimous choice. And then we had England. The Patriots of FIFA World Cup is what we've been told, over Colombia. I'm sorry, drug lords. Your soccer team is no longer in the tournament. You cannot embezzle drugs into Russia in those soccer balls. You're gone. Go home.
The Telestra 8s, Telestar 8s, or whatever. I don't know. Gary's the only one that knows that stuff.
Yeah. So now we have got Uruguay versus France, which we predicted this last time. It was going to be France winning. We've got Brazil over Belgium.
Brazil!
Which is what we chose as well. We have, now we get into our new ones. We have Russia and Croatia.
Russia. They're cheating all the way to the top.
I'm thinking so too. I mean, how can you go against Putin and the home team, man? It's like a double whammy, dude.
And it's unfair, because that it's probably like robots playing or something.
That ball, it's got like a little a RC race car inside of it, and some dude's just freaking controlling
I like
the race car.
You're just sitting in the stands. I can't wait for that gate. RC gate.
RC gate. You don't hear about that stuff happening in FIFA though. FIFA's so corrupt as it is, with officials being paid off and the president.
You don't get gates
FIFA.
in FIFA. You just get like 50 fucking people arrested, and there's like $100 million just extracted from the game itself, and then they make statues for people, and then everyone forgets about it.
That's it.
That's FIFA.
Pretty much.
That's in a shell. That's FIFA.
So we've got Russia over Croatia. I like that pick. Strong pick. Now we have Sweden and England.
Oh, shit. Gary, I'm sorry. I know you have money on England, but we got our Swedish listeners. So
We do have Swedish listeners, and I was thinking England too, because England has been called the Patriots of the FIFA
I heard it on the
World
Around the
Cup.
NFL podcast, man. They're really reliable. So we just got to go with it.
But we do have listeners in Sweden, and I do like our listeners more than I like soccer. Period.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there's less than. That's not even a double period. That's like a fact. Just that's that. We're done there. Can't stop.
So
us.
we're going Sweden over England. I'm sorry, Gary. I think your money ride ends on.
He'll make some money if he puts his money on Sweden.
All right. Well, that's it, guys. You heard it here first. We've got France, Brazil, Russia, Sweden. Go place your bets now.
Get your bets in.
Not Gary, just not Gary, because you're probably gonna bet on England, and we bet against them. But we came back strong, guys. I feel good about these picks. I'm sorry to let you down. The first time we picked, we sucked, but we came back very strong.
So I see
more sport. Yeah, go ahead. What's up? What's up?
I see that you have Madden news, which is good because I know football.
Okay, so I was excited to come across this today. Yeah, more sports related stuff. So Madden, they're gonna come out with the game probably very shortly before the season starts. They normally come out with the game in like end of July or August, so that way people can get pumped up for the season. And they just released their list of 99 rated players. So very, very few players get that quality 99 rating, and there's 7 of them this year.
Do they normally release it beforehand? They've been actually. This is a whole new thing they're doing this year because they have they gave all the rookies their ratings before the game's out too, which they don't ever do.
I think they're going to start doing this more and more because people are excited for it. One, and then two, it brings up a debate, and really, any publicity is good publicity, and it's something for people to get either excited about or for something that people be like, nah, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm with you. But yeah, because before we get to the list, I just know that there was like if you go to the NFL's YouTube channel, it might have been EA, either one. They have rookies guess their Madden rating, and so they put down what they think their rating was, then they get told their actual rating, and then they adjust what their overall stats were and stuff. And so
wait, they do that just for rookies, or they
yeah.
For
it was
a lot of players,
just the rookie quarterbacks and some of the wide receivers and running backs.
Dude, that's so awesome, dude. It's like
this is the first year they've done it.
You should be rated.
Yeah,
they'd be like, oh man, dude, you're gonna rate me like an 85. They're like, nah, bro, 76. Sit back down on the bench.
So the way it worked is they say what they think their initial rating should
be,
and then they give them what their rating and stats are. And so there's like Baker Mayfield who's talking about how he's got like a 40 catching or whatever. He's like, oh come on, I can catch better than 40, and does all this stuff. And then they get to adjust on the board what they think their stats should be and stuff. And then was it Josh Rosen or Allen that ran the fastest 40? And it's funny.
Tom Brady's hands are 0.
Well, it's funny because he's like, I think it was Rosen. We'll just go with that for now. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
Rosen's he's the cocky prick that went to Arizona, right?
Yeah, whichever one ran the fastest 40 doesn't
he's from UCLA, right? Josh Rosen's the UCLA kid, the cocky one. Like, oh, there's 3 other teams that are gonna regret not picking me.
No, I think he's from. Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know. I don't remember right now. But he didn't. Whoever ran the fastest 40, because I can't remember right now, didn't actually have the fastest speed out of all the rookies. And so he was upset about that because he was asking. He goes, "Well, what'd you give Baker?" And then he's like, "You guys know I ran a faster 40 than him, right?" And it's just really funny because like he didn't get the fastest speed rating, even though he was the fastest that ran the 40. And I didn't even see Sam Darnold on there, being in usual Sam Darnold fashion. I don't think he even participated.
Yeah, Josh Rosen's the kid that went to the Cardinals. He is the UCLA boy, the cocky one.
Yeah, because there was like 8 teams that passed on him or something. I can't believe this. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, if they're gonna give speed to anybody, I mean, Lamar Jackson really should be probably the fastest rookie quarterback.
Yeah. But overall, I just thought it was funny because they were really offended by their like low catching and their passing and stuff. But let's get to the list. I reckon we probably start from this. I have a list from the
So,
bottom up as
so do we want to go? Do we want to guess it? Do you know who's already on it? Do you want to
yeah.
talk about surprises?
I'm looking at it right now. But if you want to try and guess it, you can. Unless you've already
No,
looked at it too.
I've looked at it, bro. I've looked at it. So we'll just talk about it to our listeners. So of course, a quarterback that is on there has a 99 rating is Tom Brady.
Yeah, but a crucial thing that's changed is his catch rating from what it was last year. It fell from 45, what it normally is, down to 39 after his crucial drop in the
Well,
Super Bowl.
when you miss a pass like that in the Super Bowl, then I mean, yeah, I think your hands are going down.
He comes in at they're adding a new stat, which is throw under pressure, and his rating is a 96, which makes sense. But his catch is still 39.
It's so funny. His speed too is probably fucking slower. I think every year they age, they give him a little slower speed as well.
Yeah, he's actually, it says, the reigning NFL MVP has recaptured his 99 rating. He also began Madden NFL at 99, but slipped to as low as 97. Ooh. But then he moved back up to
I'd still take a 97 quarterback in Madden any day.
Yeah, that's true. Individual character or categories in which Brady is rated 99 includes throw accuracy, play action, awareness, and stamina. And then it doesn't say the rest of them, but his catch rating is a 39. Just don't forget that. Another quarterback on here is Aaron Rodgers.
That is correct. Which I'm not sure how I feel about this, especially going over our quarterback list. Who, you and I think is going to be the best quarterbacks in the league this year. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is a 99. When you talk about 99. There's no room for improvement. Like, he is the best that he can be. And I think with missing a lot of pieces around him, he's not going to hold on to that 99 rating once his completion percentage goes down because he doesn't have Jordy Nelson.
Maybe not. Rodgers played in just 7 games last season because of injury. He wasn't rated 99 at any point last year, but has been moved up to 99 this year. He's rated as more athletic than Brady with a 97 with throw on the run. That's actually the highest throw on the run I've ever seen, and a 79 speed. He also features great accuracy numbers and the same 96 in throw under pressure that Brady has.
The person who does this for Madden must be from Wisconsin, because there's no way that Aaron Rodgers' throw on the run is better than Russell Wilson's. And I'm not even a Seahawks guy, dude. I'm not a Seahawks fan.
I think it is. It's definitely better. And if we're being fair, I mean, we haven't seen Russell Wilson's numbers. He may have a 96 or plus in run on, or in throw on the run. He's only got a 97. He doesn't have a 99. They're saying he could be better at it.
Yeah, but I mean, overall, that means other things that make him up to a 99 quarterback.
Yeah, see, but they look into it. I mean, Russell Wilson's not going to be a 99 because he spends most of the game breaking out of pocket and hitting those 5-yard dunks, and then so he doesn't have the stats. He has, well, all right, I won't say that because he is Russell Wilson. He doesn't have the performance to match a 99 because he doesn't get to show off his entire skill set because the line he has doesn't provide the opportunity for him to.
But again, how can you go from playing 7 games last year and not being rated a 99 and then missing those 7 games and coming back this year and be like, oh, he's even better than he was. He's going to be a 99. And he's missing Jordy Nelson.
Because it's Aaron Rodgers.
Bro, that's no excuse.
It's not an excuse. It's an answer. It's okay. It's okay. Let's move to one. Let's throw some defense in there. We got.
These are quite controversial.
Yeah. I'm not
to
sure.
say the least.
I'm not sure I back some of these. Let's go.
I hope that you're watching on the live stream, audience, so you can get our facial expressions while we talk about these, because we don't agree with them by any means. Are we going with the most controversial?
Yeah, go for it. You say it. Let's hear.
Aaron Donald
Yeah.
from the Los Angeles Rams.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden the Rams moved to LA and we got to fucking up to them, being like, thank you very much for coming to LA and saving this fucking wreck of a city.
So
Thank you so much,
their
Aaron
reasoning
Donald.
Their reasoning is because he got the 2017 NFL Defensive Player of the Year, but he also finished overall 99 in Madden NFL 18 because he's got a 99 in play recognition, a 98 in power move, and a 97 in strength. I'm not sure that matters any. It's not. I think. I mean, the other ones, I like Von Miller. We'll just jump to that. That one makes sense to me, because he's Von Miller.
And Luke Kuechly.
And yeah, Luke Kuechly. These two, and there's a lot of information about Luke Kuechly on here. I mean, it's like he's got a 98
Well,
tackle.
those two make sense. I mean, when you think about the Panthers, I mean, you think about, Cam Newton on offense, you think about Luke Kuechly on defense, and Luke Kuechly's a fucking wrecking ball. Same thing with the Broncos. I can't even name anybody on offense.
I'd arguably say that
the
Cam
defense,
Newton, Luke Kuechly are basically the only two people that matter on that team to the fans. Like those, like if you look out in the crowd, you see Cam Newton and Luke Kuechly and then Greg Olsen sometimes, but those are like the primary things.
Tell me about it, dude. I feel bad for the Broncos fans, dude. The Broncos fans, they've got two players like all together. They've got Von Miller and they got John Elway.
They got Peyton Manning too.
No,
but
I mean, yeah,
sort of. I mean, it's rough, man. Anyone that bought a Paxton Lynch jersey is fucking eating some shit right now, or a Trevor Siemian. If anyone even went out and bought
advice, don't buy Broncos quarterbacks for like the next 5 to 10 years.
You're gonna have to wait a couple drafts until Elway gets it right. Antonio Brown's on here too, which makes sense. I mean,
that makes sense.
His catch is 99. Catch in traffic and ball carrier vision are all 99. He's got a 98 in agility and a 97 in elusiveness. That makes sense to me.
These are all things that make complete sense, though. I mean yeah. You can't dispute that. You can't dispute that.
He only peaked at a 98 last year. Julio Jones was the highest rated wide receiver. And then there is Rob Gronkowski, which is no surprise. I think he starts every year at 99.
Isn't it? To me, though, the way he's so injury prone, man. He's so injury prone.
Well, I mean,
that alone would just take him down.
He is a 77 in injury rating, so I mean, who knows? It is what bugs me is that they took JJ Watt off because last year he started 99. And it's not even same kind of stuff happened with JJ Watt that happened with Aaron Rodgers. JJ Watt goes out and performs. I think that if they were going to give Aaron Rodgers the pass, like, oh, don't worry about it, you're still a 99, they probably should have given JJ Watt that too, especially with everything he did last year. I mean, Aaron Donald only got on there because he was NFL Defensive Player of the Year. Hello, JJ Watt saved fucking lives all throughout Texas.
Right?
And they're like, hey, guess what? You're 96. You spend enough money to get in 96.
Well, if you're going to make the argument for Aaron Rodgers missing half the games of the year and then coming back and being better, you can make that same argument for J.J. Watt with being injured and then coming back being a fucking monster and just going to rip it up.
The only thing I can see the counter argument is that he's been hurt. I think it's like 2 years in a row or something. I mean, he's always he seems to be hurt more than he gets to play, which is unfair because that man was made to play it.
First he's playing football, then he's getting hurt. Now he's saving lives.
What?
Yeah,
dude, he's doing what he can. And I'll tell you what, JJ Watt, if you're listening to this podcast, because I know we have a couple listeners out there in that Texas area, you're awesome, bro. And if you want to be on the cast, just reply to me on Twitter. I already sent you a DM. You just gotta scroll through and find it.
The one he got today. That's it.
Yeah, it's all
The
right.
one from
Yeah, I'm
Justin
sure he only has one
Seacrest.
DM. It's just me sitting there. He's just like, I want to reply to this guy, but I got other stuff. I'm saving lives. Can't exactly answer all the Twitter messages, but yeah, dude, I've actually I tweet at a lot of famous people to try and get them on the show, and they don't reply. But you know what? Guess what? One day
Are you
someone's
even
going
verified,
to.
bro? Are you even verified, bro?
No, but one day someone's gonna say yes.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna say yes, and guess what? Then I'll be verified. That's all. I think that's all it takes is one celebrity interaction, and you're good to go. You just click that. You just send the email out. Hey, can I get that check mark? Hey, can I get that check mark? They're like, sure. You had a podcast that had Luke Kuechly on it. There you go. You had Aaron Donald on, and he defended his numbers, and you said no, get the fuck out of here, and you hung up on Aaron Donald. Yeah, which I totally would do, but that shit made me laugh. He didn't reply. No one ever replies to me. I'm very
Sorry,
nice about it.
Justin.
I'm like, hey, I have a podcast.
I think there's been a few times that I haven't even replied to you.
Yeah, I get left unread a lot. It's okay.
Oh,
It's all right. I want to give a shout out. So, Target was a popular place for me today. So I was at Target, and a familiar face shows up out of my peripheral vision, and I turn, and it's this guy that I used to work with. You might remember him, Stephen. His name is Eric DeMello. You remember him? Short, little brown
yeah,
kid.
yeah.
Yeah, he just pops up out of fucking nowhere. I'm like,
He went into he joined the Marines, right? Or Navy or
Army, I think.
Army. Thank you for your service, Eric.
Yeah, thank you. He's on leave right now. So he's in town. He's in Denver is where he's based or stationed.
Nice place.
Well, as soon as I seen him, I asked him, did he come here because Denver or because Colorado is literally on fire? Because I don't know if you've seen all the wildfires that are happening there, but there's quite a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did you come here because that place is like quite literally burning to the ground? And he's like, no, it was just coincidence that we showed up. But he listens to the podcast. He like totally. I didn't even say anything to him, and he goes, I said, hey, you still doing the Army thing? He said, yeah. And he goes, you still doing the podcast thing? And I'm like, yeah. And he says, well, that shit's funny. And so here we are. Just wanted to give him a shout out. He said he was gonna listen live.
Eric DeMello
coming through,
for
man.
Listening.
So we got the Army listening to us too. So that's good.
That's it. Only just the Army, just the greatest fucking force in the world. The Army listen to our podcast.
Dude, he works on like paladins. Do you know what a paladin is?
No, I'm sure you're gonna tell me.
Google it. No, because I really still don't know what it is.
Okay, you don't know.
It looks cool.
That. He's like, dude, I work on paladins. We shouldn't have said that. What if he's not supposed to tell us he's supposed to work on that?
No, it's not classified. It's like, come on.
I'm gonna Google what is a paladin. It's gonna be like it's a classified piece of machinery for the Army.
I was gonna say we're on our way to your house right now. Get ready. No, so I had there's a certain vehicle that everybody should look to acquire in their lifetime because it's well, maybe not because it takes a certain kind of lifestyle to live it. But I had seen this vehicle made by Mazda. It was and I pointed it out to Kashmir, another listener of the show, and I was like, hey, I guarantee that one day Steven is going to have one of these cars. And she looks at it and says, there's no way. This is the smallest car ever. Why would he want one of these? She goes, he had the...
I know exactly what you're talking about. And yes, I would. Go ahead. Go.
She goes, he had the yellow rocket. That was as close as it... That's the smallest car he needs. He doesn't need to have whatever this is. And I'm like, what? You don't know what this is? I'm like, this is a Miata. This is a Mazda Miata.
Yes! Dude. It's one of my... It's not only just like my I don't know, my entourage, like my motto in life. I would just love to live the Miata life. Like that's it.
There's only two
It's the
ways to live.
Miata life.
There's normal living, and then there's Miata living, and
There's
everybody should.
Miata living. Let me tell you what. I will tell you what is Miata living. It's a true story. Miata living is being in middle school and having a sex ed teacher that has this like awesome fucking bushy ass mustache, just fucking like his hair's like grayer than shit, but he's got it slicked back into a ponytail. Dude looks like a gray version of Ron Jeremy, just straight up, like a little bit on the chubbier side, big mustache, hair slicked back. Miata life is having that guy be your sex ed teacher and then seeing him after school get into a hot red Miata.
Dude, it's such a cool car,
That's the
dude.
Miata life. That guy's got that guy's living. Why? Because he's got a Miata. He's living the Miata life.
Dude, it's see what it always makes me laugh because you brought it up at work one day. You said, "Hey, if I rent a Miata, will you live the Miata life with me?" And I was like, "Only if I get to sit in the back because that's the power spot." You know?
It is the power spot. You're fucking up there in front of everybody. People see the Miata, and then they see you above the Miata.
Yeah, and being 6'1", I mean, it's not. we can't go through. We can't go through most places. I'll have to drive through for you because that thing is too short to even call in drive-throughs. But on Midnight Club, I always had a Miata on there, so that always made me laugh whenever you brought it up. I'm like, did I talk to you about like my old cars I used to have on Midnight Club or something? And then you point out from that show or whatever, and I'm like, oh, that's I've been trying to live the Miata life since I was 9. I didn't know, and here we are.
Right? It's an aspiration for everybody. That was the word I was looking for earlier. I choked on my words. It's an aspiration for everybody to get up to that level of Miata living.
Yeah, because like I said, there's two ways of living. There's normal, and then there's Miata living. And so I just pointed, and I told her, I said, watch, I'm going to text Steven right now. I'm going to say, hey, if you could have a Miata, would you? And he's going to say, are you kidding me? Of course I'll live the Miata life. And so I texted you. I said, hey, if you could get a Mazda Miata, would you? And then your complete response was, what? You want me to live the Miata life? Of course. And so, should have put some money on it, but it's all right. I'll take
That's it.
I'll take a natural dub.
And I would say that most cars, there's not really a preference in color. I mean, if you're gonna get a car and it's like the same car but it's white or black or silver or whatever, it doesn't matter. But if you're getting a Miata, it's got to be red.
Gotta be red.
It's got to be red. It doesn't make any sense to get a Miata and for it not to be red. You've got to get that nice candy apple, lipstick shade red Miata.
I wonder if there's a color called Miata red. I'm googling it.
I'm surprised that they haven't made one yet. Honestly, when you talk about reds, I mean, you can mention off a few types of reds, and the Miata is always thrown in the mix. I mean, Miata red is going to be a Crayola household staple in 3 years.
No,
Why?
It's not called Miata
Because I just
red.
submitted it for color.
It's called cherry or black or dark cherry is the color they use. So that's cool. It's not Miata.
Sexy.
It's not Miata red, but I'll take dark cherry.
Dark cherry.
But yeah, that just made me laugh. And there's like 4 or 5 in town, and I love to see. Every time I see them, I'm just like, why do you have the top up? What are you doing? I don't care.
Dude, you give them a nice fist bump. You're just like,
when they have the top down.
yes!
When they have the top
Yeah, why
down.
why would you have a Miata and have the top up?
So I give them the double honk if the top's down. I go burr burr, and I look at them, and I sometimes they yell out the window, Miata life, and then they look at me like I'm fucking crazy because I'm driving around in a Spark and I don't know what I'm talking about. But I mean, I'm just saying my Spark.
They know. No. They know what you're talking about. They know. You get a lot of looks in a Miata, so they know.
Just like
someone's cruising by in a Miata, you get a little nod,
a little tip of the cap to the Miata livings, and I'm proud of it.
It's like motorcyclists. You ever pass motorcyclists and you see motorcyclists like wave to one another? They like stick out their hand. They're like, hey, what's up, chief? Dude, Miatas, dude, it's like that, but with every fucking car. Because every middle-aged man wants a Miata.
I'll never forget. One day I came into work and you were so excited to tell me a story, and I didn't know why you were so excited about this, but it was you said that you had seen a guy on a Harley Davidson driving one way because it was during Harley weekend, and another guy or another group of bikes was coming back the other way, and the standard like bike wave is like you put your hand towards the ground or whatever, and
Yep. Yeah, you just kind of stick your hand out towards the ground, kind of like a hey.
well, you were so excited because you were driving behind this guy, and as they were coming up, he gave the all natural hand to the ground, and they completely disregarded them, and so he kept doing it. He was like just committed to trying to get their attention, and throughout the entirety of this existence, he never got one hand to the ground back. And you said it like hurt you on the inside to follow, but
I do. I mean, I want a motorcycle so bad, but I'm kind of tied to the reins with not getting one, fortunately.
well, that's what a midlife crisis is for.
I know that's true. I gotta wait till my kids are older. I gotta be around to see them grow up and coach baseball. So I gotta wait a few more years.
No, what you do, all right? So you cave and buy it, and you just never drive it. You just have it sitting in the driveway for a conversation piece.
I'll just sit it up on the side of the road, and when like I'm like getting ready to pull out onto traffic, but I'm not. I never do that. I just
You're
sit up
just sitting
next
there.
to the
You
road.
got all the gear
And
on and
the
everything.
motorcycles cross by, and I just give them a nice little
Hand down. They're like,
nice little hand down, and they'd be like,
"Oh, nice bike, nice
yeah,
bike." And they
hello, how do you do?
pull
Yeah,
over and
because
talk to you about it.
yeah, because I'm side to them, so they can see the bike coming up on them. Be like, hey, how do you do? And they're
Hi.
like, hey, it's a
That's
nice bike. And be
that's
like,
pretty
this is as
funny.
far as I've ever been.
I have kids. I'm too afraid to leave.
I have kids. I don't want to die.
Nate has a motorcycle, and his fiance, her Stephanie, Steph. I call her Sturf, so I've actually forgot her real name. I think it's Steph.
It's got to be Stephanie if her nickname is Sturf.
It's a good nickname, though.
Sturf.
Dude, it's so out there. Hey, Sturfaroni. That's when I call because I called Stacy Staceroni
Stay
and cheese.
Snake.
Yeah, I tried Staceroni and cheese, but it doesn't work as well as Sturfaroni and cheese. But I won't lie. The only nickname I'm comfortable calling her is Sturf. I called her Sturfaroni and cheese, and it felt weird. So I was like, you know what, that one's not happening. I still gotta find somebody.
It's a long-ass fucking nickname.
I gotta find somebody that I can give them a Roni and cheese. But one day I'll find him. I'll find the one. But until then, I'm gonna keep plugging it into people's names. So I'm sorry. I tried Wanaroni and cheese. That one didn't feel right either. You want to be Steve-aroni and cheese?
Steve-aroni and cheese.
That one hurts.
You gotta ask my permission first. You get like a real soft voice to be like, "Hey, will you be my Steve-aroni and cheese?"
Maybe I can. Your son, he can be Emaroni and cheese.
That works.
Be
Emaroni and cheese.
Lauraroni and cheese.
Yeah.
Just everybody's Roni and cheese.
Just fucking now. Everybody who see now, that's the key right there. You give everybody a one-time Roni and cheese just to see if it works. Then you'll find the right one. So you just start walking up to people and be like, "Hey, what's up, Garroni and cheese?" No, it doesn't work. What's up, Macaroni and cheese? Mike. Do you know any Mikes?
I don't know any Mikes. The only Mike I know got fired.
Macaroni and cheese. Macaroni and cheese. Perfect.
Or a Mackenzie.
Well, then you can call him Mac, and then you got your macaroni and cheese. But I mean, no, you got to find like a Mike, like a name really close. Matt's. You know any Matts? Any Matts? Any Mikes?
Nope. I know one Matt Sanchez. But I just call him Matt. Matt's a good nickname for someone named Matt. All right, I have a question, okay? I was talking to Juan at work. Or no, was it Juan? No, it was Monty. El Montecito Rito, Montecito Burrito. Monteroni and cheese?
Monteroni and cheese.
Anyway, I was talking to him, and someone had come through, a customer, and their kid's name was like Arlo or something. And I was like, what a shitty name to have, right? And he said, you know, and I said that, and he goes
Did you say that to yourself or out loud?
out loud, and well, he
He's like,
goes,
you just heard someone go, Arlo, come here. And you're like, Arlo, what a fucking shitty name to have.
well, I tell Monty
So
that, and he
funny.
said, wait, you don't get to pick your name. And I said, well, you can. And he goes, you can rename yourself, but I'm talking about you can't just pick your name. And I said, I don't care if you can or can't pick your name. Some names are just fucking shitty. You just can have a shit name, and it's not your fault. And so to prove the point, I went and got because right now the Coke is doing their name on the bottle thing right now, and so I went and picked out a bunch of shitty names, and brought them over. I'm like, what do you think about these names? And I was kind of nervous because I don't know what his son's name is, and I didn't want to I didn't know if I had to grab one. And I was like, oh, I'm just kind of I'm like, hey, what about this one, And he's like, they're just names. And I'm like, dude, some names fucking suck, especially if you get Sky, but your name isn't spelled Skye or SKY, and you're like SKIE or something. That's ski, but they pronounce it
Or
Sky.
AI.
Yeah.
SKAI. It's got the I on the end of it.
That's bad, And so I'm just like, there are some names that are inherently shitty, and it's not their fault. Like if you met some girl named Agnes, sorry. That's my first response. Hi, I'm Justin. Oh, hi, I'm Agnes. Sorry. And they don't know why I'm saying sorry, but I'm telling them.
No, she does, and she's gonna appreciate it. She goes, "That's the first time I've ever met somebody, and they actually apologize for my name. Most people try to make me feel good about my name, which only makes me feel worse because they're just reminding me that my name is fucking Agnes, and then people call me Ag for short.
Yeah,
hey, what's up, Ag?
I'd call her.
It's like you're clearing that shit in your throat. You're like Ag.
I'd call her Nessie.
Ag.
Her nickname would be Nessie. Hey, Nessie.
Ag.
Hey, Ness, come here. That's a nickname for Agnes.
Why? Because you're such a freaking a freak from
something, man.
The abyss.
Well, try and think of a shitty name. It's like if someone came up to you and was named this, how do you feel? What would be that name?
No, I'm gonna let our listeners get mad at you for this. I'm not.
Okay, sorry if your name's fucking Agnes, bro. Go buy something else.
Or Sky or Arlo.
If your name's Sky and it's not spelled with a fucking Y or a YE, then get out. If your name's Arlo, go change it. I don't care. Tell them, and when they ask why are you changing,
what if they have an even worse middle name?
See, middle names.
Because a lot of people go by middle names, so yeah, a lot of people if they have a shitty first name.
My middle name's Lee, Justin Lee. My middle name's fine with me. It doesn't. I feel like it doesn't really flow too well. Justin Lee Seacrest, kind of strange, but I mean, it's my name, I guess.
Sounds like you got two last names.
Yeah, but it's better than having two first names.
Especially one named Arlo.
I'm sorry, hello.
Agnes.
If your name is Arlo or Agnes, and if your name is, God forbid, Agnes, Arlo, whatever, I'm sorry. Give us an email. I'll send you the money to get the name change. It's not happening. But you can't disagree with me. Monty refused to agree with me that there are people that can have shitty names. And I was asking customers. I said, hey, what's your kid's name? And I got Michael's, Martin's, Marlo? That's close to Arlo. It kind of triggered me. And
Marlo?
Just name your kid Marlon. Add the in, you lazy fucker. And then,
the nurse at the fucking hospital took it away before she had time to finish the
end.
My name was supposed to be Marlon.
Right, it'd be Marler. They did half the end. It's Marler. Hi, I'm Marler. That's
they didn't finish the end. She's like, all right, you're done. Let me take this away. Be like, no, I'm not. It's
scribbles.
the nurse is walking away reading this. She's like, fucking Marlo. Who the fuck is Marlo?
Learn to spell. These goddamn tweakers coming in here having kids. This is fucking insulting.
He's fucking Marlo.
See, but then it comes down to I'm making fun of the people that have the shitty names, but really I'm trying to point out to you that you need to go reprimand your parents no matter what age they are, and if they passed away, God bless them, but go to their gravestone and say, what the fuck Why did you give me this name? You should not give.
What if you're like the third or the fourth or something like that? Like, doesn't Gary feel obligated? So Gary is the third, right?
Yeah.
So your brother is the third. So obviously, when he is a boy, it's going to be Gary the fourth. Like,
Yeah, he has
don't you
to.
feel? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what if Arlo was the third or
There
Arlo
is
the
no
fourth?
way. There's no way. That's live quality
Maybe
testing.
that's the only way you're getting Arlo. Maybe the parents already know, and the parents are going to apologize in advance. Like, once that kid's old enough, they're like, I'm sorry, but I had to. You're my first boy. I'm Arlo the third. You're going to be Arlo the fourth.
There's no way. There's no way. If your name's fucking Arlo, it stops at you. There's no way you're naming your kid Arlo unless you want everyone to nickname your hey R. Hey R.
But what if but like I said, what if Gary hated his name? What if Gary hated it because he's third? It's not original. It's his dad's, his grandfather's name. And he wanted to be original and be his own person. So he's hated his name his entire life. And he said, you know what? I'm not going to do that to my kid. I'm not going to give my kid Gary the Fourth. Dude, your dad, your whole family, even you would be pissed off about it because it's a family name.
There's no way Arlo is a family name. There's no way. Agnes? I can see if Agnes is because that shit started.
Yeah, but girls' names don't pass down like boys' names. You don't have like Agnes the third.
Which is unfair. Okay, another thing you just reminded me of because I said unfair.
Social equality. We want shitty names for all.
If you
for both genders.
Basically. So there's this paper we had to sign at work. Okay, it's a loyalty something, and it's saying that we won't give customers our cards, to our customer card or our employee card to have a discount. We have to sign it every year saying we won't do that.
I feel.
Okay. So I got called in there on July 1st to sign it, or July 2nd. Either way, I sign it. That's it. Dave gets called in there to sign it the very next day. Okay, and then I'm in the back room. He says, hey, I have to go sign that paper. I'll be right back. So he leaves and goes and signs the paper and comes back with a fucking brownie. What? I signed the same goddamn paper you did, and he got a brownie for it? All right, thanks. He got a goddamn brownie with, covered in, frosting and all this stuff. Not that I probably wouldn't have taken it, but it's like, hello? And so I was pissed.
How does that happen?
I don't know. He said that they were just in the office and he was giving
Did you see the brownies in there? Like when you went in there?
Empty box. I went in there. I approached this situation.
That's fucked up.
The opening of this conversation was, hey, do you have a moment? Yeah, what's up? I have to, I think I need to file a grievance or something because there's no fucking equality in this workplace. I signed the same paper he did. He got a brownie.
It's not even the fact that you even wanted a brownie. It's the fact that you didn't get offered.
Nope.
It is. It's the offer.
That's what I was saying, man. There's no equality in the workplace anymore. We're always talking about between men and women, but it's between me and Dave. I didn't think it was fair. Okay. I signed the same paper.
Why does he get a brownie? Why do you not get a brownie?
Exactly.
The fuck is up with that?
It's unfair. It's racist. Racist against Justins.
It's prejudice against Justins. We want justice for all Justins.
Justins.
Justice for Justins.
Justice for Arlos.
Justice for Justins.
What's your middle name, Steven?
My middle name is my father's name, Michael.
Steven?
I got a pretty basic ass name, Stephen Michael. It's pretty basic.
What's your dad's name?
I just said that, Michael.
What's his middle name? Is it Steven?
Is
it Michael Steven? That'd be so amazing.
Stephen Michael Steven. No, Thomas Henry. He's got two. Thomas Henry.
Michael Thomas Henry?
Yeah.
That's a long name. That's like my old teacher, her name, Miss Hoffman. Her name was Wilma Jean Robillard Hoffman. She was
What?
She was the sweetest old lady
Wilma
too.
Robillard. Where the fuck is Robillard? That's got to be a family name.
It is.
All right, you talk about ugly names. Robillard.
Well, it was well. I mean, that's like a surname type thing. I don't. It was weird, but it's
Robillard.
longer than that. That's all I can remember. Her name was longer than that.
Hello, my name is Robillard.
It's a last name. You don't introduce yourself as a last name.
It sounds like something from fucking Harry Potter, dude.
My dad
Robillard.
My dad recently went to Phoenix and he checked out this museum or mall or something, and they had like a bunch of. He's a dick.
There's a big difference between a museum and a mall. Which
I think it was a store.
He's like,
I think you could
dude,
buy
you
stuff.
should have seen it. He went to this museum. It was so cool. There were stores all around for you to buy stuff to.
Yeah, I mean, you could have bought. Yeah, it's probably a store. Anyway, he's an asshole. He's showing me all these pictures, right? And it's like of swords and stuff. And then for the next like 15 pictures, I'm just looking and he's swiping through, and he's like looking at me and swiping through, looking at me, swiping through. And I'm like,
you want a reaction or something?
Well, it took a second because I didn't recognize what we were looking at because of the angle, but then I saw it. There was an entire goddamn case of fucking wands from Harry Potter that were handcrafted. And so he said that since I love Harry Potter so much, he took pictures of them so I could see them because he listened to that podcast where I went off on about Harry Potter or whatever, and I knew so much more than I should have as somebody that doesn't like Harry Potter.
I know.
And so he said that he took a picture of like every. So look, so reading all the names and seeing what was in them made those wands sound stupid, okay? And then the hand drawn pictures, but some of these wands looked pretty narbuckle, dude. There was one wand that had like it was made of like metal and it had like studs around the edges and shit, and it like curved.
I know.
I was like, that looks like it's a femur with like studs on it. I'm like, that's nuts. That's cool.
I know. That's why we're talking about the going to Hogwarts at Universal Studios and going to Diagon Alley, getting like personal wands made, like chosen for you. You go to there and they pick a wand out for you.
It's just random.
Based off of your.
It's just random.
It's not, dude. It's amazing.
It's just random. Not amazing. It's just random.
I think it's awesome.
I think not. I want to give a shout out to every like fucking 3 or 4 minutes we get a like on this Instagram post. It's so strange. The Lola Under Fire shirt on our Teespring. If you go to lifeunderfire.net and go to buy merch, you can check it out. If you listen to the show, Steven's Family Gets Bigger. He has a hedgehog. And my sister, like 5 minutes after listening to the show, she hand painted a shirt.
Dude, she got excited. She was real excited.
Yeah, so she hand painted a shirt. It's Lola inside a Life Under Fire mug, and it's actually pretty cool. And so I put it on a shirt. Go check it out. Not bad.
That's actually been one of our most engaging posts. A lot of people like it. I've gotten quite a few shares off of that post. Normally we get quite a few likes and people actually looking at it and clicking the link, but not a lot of shares. So I appreciate it. Anybody who's out there sharing stuff. It's the only way to spread the love. So if you guys are, obviously fans of the show, you like the page on Facebook, you take it and you share it to all of your friends. It's the only way our family is going to get even larger. So we keep sharing posts.
That post itself is at 31 likes. That's pretty impressive. I like it. Give a shout out to our fans. They're always out there helping out in one way or another. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm on vacation next week, so I'm feeling good. I have to work Saturday, Friday night going into Saturday I work, but then I'm off. And it feels good.
Plans?
Not really anything really. I don't know. It might be more of a staycation type thing. It's more of just not, just going, because I only get like 1 week vacation or whatever. And they changed it this year. You can use the vacation days, like you don't have to do a whole week together. But that doesn't make sense to me. I'd rather just take the whole week all at once. Why would you I want this Saturday off. Okay, so just take Saturday off. Don't use the vacation for it. And I can get it, as if you don't want to lose the money on that week. but I don't want to do that, you know.
I feels.
But
That's what we do. We let my time build up too, and then we just go on like 2 weeks. Boom, get lost for 2 weeks, gone.
no, you can't get lost in. This week in the news. I forgot I changed what we got. Forgot I changed that.
Yeah, you did. You started talking over yourself.
Totally forgot I changed that.
That's awesome.
What do you got, Steven?
Well, news of the week. This was actually a very eventful week. It was very hard to choose my news of the week, but mine comes from something kind of close to home, Rhode Island, just south of us, Providence, Rhode Island. The mayor. I've been on a kick with mayors, right? Last week it was the mayor of a town up in Michigan. Now I'm in the mayor of Rhode Island. Well, he went on record and he called a building in Providence a health hazard, a building that he obviously wants torn down and to be put to a different use. He called it a health hazard. So the owner of that building took offense to it, rightfully so, because you're pretty much, I would imagine if you're insulting his building that he owns, he's going to take it personal as almost like an insult to him that he's not keeping up to it the way that he should. So he did what every building owner should have done, and he painted a mural on the side of his building. This is a rather large building. I mean, I'm talking like, I think it's a 12-story building in the article. So he did what only owners should do. He painted a mural on the side of the building. It shows the mayor wearing a crown, like a princess, like a queen crown, almost like a tiara, but a crown, sitting on his throne, except the throne is a toilet.
I like it.
Power move, dude. I love
Full
it.
power move.
I think it's great, man. This building owner's like, dude, I don't give two fucks about what you think, mayor. This building is here to stay, and here's what I think of you.
That's pretty solid. I like it.
And the fact that this was quick. You're talking about like less than a week turnaround. Like, boom, mayor on record insulting building owner. Boom, building owner hiring an artist to paint a mural on the side of the building about that mayor in a crown sitting on the shitter. That's a power move.
Not bad. Speaking of more power moves. Oh, are you there? Oh, did you make it back? You made it back. Hi. That was
Yeah,
weird.
I'm here.
Things froze for a second. My news of the week resembles that somewhat in a type of man versus government type thing. And so I didn't say anything, Bixby. Go away. God, that's so weird. So Tennessee woman is suing NASA to keep moon dust. She says Neil Armstrong gave her. So, when she was a child, she had seen the moon dust before from her family, I guess. And to read just to quote part of the article, Armstrong's 1969 moonwalk made him world famous, but not to 10-year-old Laura in 1972. My mom handed me my dad's business card. She said, "Turn it over." On the back was Neil Armstrong's autograph. So she's been after, she's had this guy for a long time, like in the brain. 5 years ago, after her parents died, she opened up her mother's hope chest in the attic. And when she opened it, she immediately knew what it was that she was looking at and said, "This is it." My husband and Chris said, "This is what?" And she said, "It's the moon dust." But she found out that NASA, the space agency, considers all lunar material government property and has decided to track down and seize it from her. And so she's currently in a lawsuit with NASA to protect her moon dust. So, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say that it's government property.
That's hard. How are you going to fight the government on that, though?
Yeah.
You know the government's going to win.
Yeah.
That's going to be one of those cases that goes into Supreme Court.
But see, here's the thing. It's NASA. It's like one of the parts of the government that really doesn't, they don't give that too much backing anymore. So there's a chance
if you can buy a star,
do we need to buy a star?
Why can't you own parts of the moon?
I mean, it went through all the legal channels to become someone else's property, right? I mean, you take something that you acquired and then you gift it to somebody, and it's now legally that person's thing, correct? If you've acquired it in the correct means,
I'd imagine.
So, I mean, I feel like she's got a pretty solid case to keep her moon dust where it belongs, in her mother's hope chest. So, okay. I just thought that was kind of cool, and something I'm gonna keep us updated on as the lawsuit, I'm sure, will make it all the way up to the top, because
it will, because I don't think that's something easily you let go of. You're like, I mean, it's from the moon.
Yeah, and plus NASA has nothing else they're doing. Elon Musk is the only one doing rocket ships right now. NASA's just kind of sitting around like, well, that vial of moon dust that we haven't tested yet?
They're like, we've kind of extenuated all of our options to take a turn.
Yeah, it's like Laura Sicko in Tennessee has some moon dust. Let's go fuck her world up. It's ours now. It's like, come on, dude. She's not even doing anything. She just fucking has moon dust. Leave her alone. But yeah, so NASA's trying to steal someone's moon dust that, they didn't even know existed until she found it. So, but see, they don't sue people that find moon rocks, right? Like, they buy it from them. They didn't even offer to buy the moon dust from her. They're like, hey, that's our shit.
No, they're just like, this is ours.
Yeah. It's stupid.
We claim this property.
But see, it comes down to, like, because at work, I got told I was stealing once because sometimes dog food cans come with absolutely nothing in it. Nothing at all. Completely sealed, but there's no food or anything in it. And I thought that was the coolest shit ever, so I just took it home, right? And then I told Monica about it, and she said that I was stealing and that I was going to get in trouble, and so I brought it back and was like, okay, here, you can have it. And it's completely empty.
What are you stealing?
I stole the can.
What are you stealing? And two, what are they going to do with it?
Yeah, get credit for that. I fucking dare you. Figure out a way to get credit for that. So I was like, that's not stealing at all.
It's like an 85-cent can of dog food.
Completely empty. That's cool as shit. I was like, that's awesome. And nope, that's stealing. So I had to bring it back. The closest I've gotten to a fully empty can, completely sealed, was one that had none of the preservative juice in it, and so you could just hear the stuff just flopping around inside. And I kept that one for a minute, like in the store. I just put it in the very back.
I found sealed granola bar boxes, so like chewy, like Quaker chewy granola bars.
Mm-hmm.
Like you get a box and it's factory sealed, and there's nothing inside of it, nothing at all. You go to shake it and it doesn't ring.
The other day I had a 6-pack come in of the IBC root beers, and 2 of them had no lid at all, but it was completely filled with the root beer. The root beer hadn't spilled anywhere. It was plastic wrapped and everything, but 2 of them didn't have. I'm like, and they were from 2 different cases. That's what really surprised me. And so I'm like, 2? No way. Something happened.
Multiple people not doing their job,
yeah,
not just one person. Multiple people.
Shit made me laugh. I'm like, this is cool. I'm like, do I stock it? Like, it survived all the way here. I don't know what to do.
I can't let its legacy down now.
Yeah, dude, I was like, this is cool as shit. So I showed everybody I could. I was like, hey, look, this came I didn't even cut the case open. I left it.
Did you drink it?
No, I don't know how long it had been open.
Fear that something fell inside?
Yeah, I'm like, nope, I don't know. It's been plastic wrapped, sure, but it was not plastic wrapped for a minute. So who knows?
I know.
But dude, it made it all the way. It made it into the case, onto the pallet.
They don't have like inspectors that like look at like just the tops of every cases as they go by.
I'm sure they do, but come on, like who? I mean, when do you pay 100% attention to everything you're doing? Always.
If that's
fully focused.
If that's my one job, that is a had one job moment.
True.
That is you had one job. What's your job? Make sure every fucking can or bottle has a cap on it.
Well, you know what it is. It's fucking Arlo, man. Arlo's the cap inspector. And he's just sitting there thinking, he's like,
It's
wow,
fucking Arlo's job.
my name fucking sucks. Oh, there goes one. It's too far. Yeah, didn't have a lid. It's okay. Man,
Wait, no, stop. It's gone.
He's like, oh no, what kind of name is Arlo? He's like just falling apart at the seams.
How shitty his name is.
That's so sad. But yeah, so it's fun, the stuff you find, man. I've never seen, other than when my dad worked at a Coke plant. The closest to something like that was before the cans get their little tops pushed into them or whatever, so you could see all the soda cans minus the push tabs on top. So it's just like a can.
Oh, that's nice.
That was cool seeing it at the factory or whatever. I don't know how I still remember that. I was like 6 or some shit. It was when we lived in Oklahoma.
It's funny the stuff you remember.
Yeah. And
when
see,
you're
like
kids, I mean, it's cool.
It's funny how the memory works, because like I have this. It's, oh my god, it's such an accurate memory of, we were sitting at it, we pulled up somewhere, and my dad goes to hand my mom money, and she just takes the wallet instead. And I thought that had really happened. I was like, wow, that's kind of dick move, Mom. But then I went back the other day and I was watching like old cartoons and stuff, and that was the Jetsons. So he goes to hand his wife. What had happened is I had just had a dream that replicated the intro for the Jetsons. But it was so
You're
real.
Fucking jumping on your mom's case.
Yeah.
Like, Mom, I remember
Dude,
how terrible you treated Dad, and you just snatched his wallet back when we were kids.
For years, dude. I was like,
what the fuck are you talking about?
I didn't know how to bring it up to my family. I was like, Mom, why'd you? I wanted to find out one day. Be like, Mom, why were you a dick that day? But then I just before I even said anything, I was watching all these cartoons and stuff, and what's her name? Judy. Anyway, I don't remember the Jetsons. Anyway, she yanks the wallet, and I was like, I had like PTSD. I'm like, oh, no, Mom, no. And then I was like, wait a second. That's where this happened. It wasn't my mother at all. It was this chick. She did it to George. And in my dream, George was my dad. And the wife.
Jetson's a pretty badass family. That's a good family to choose, though.
It was weird. Not really. I mean, that scarred me for like years. I thought that, I was like, wow, my parents hate each other, And it was just like, but really all it was that I had a really surreal dream. You got dreams like that where, something
of course.
And you're like, wow, that was weird, But the way the memory works, just overall, it just gets put in there, and like, boom. Next thing you know, I think that my mom is like, no, I don't want to use this. I want every bit of the money. And it never made sense to me, because like in the dream, in the memory I have, my dad took like all the money out and was handing it to her. And then she took the wallet anyway. So that's why it never made sense to me. But now it makes sense because it never happened. My mom is not an asshole. She's a very nice lady. She never had done that, And so it was really George Jetson.
We love Mrs. Seacrest. Thank you for not being an asshole like your son thought you were.
It was a dream, all right? It was not my fault. Sorry, Mom.
Dude, so I'm going to fill in Gary's spot on News of the Week, because like I said, this is a very eventful News of the Week, and it was very hard for me to choose from stories, so I went with funny. Now I'm going to go with semi-serious, like straight out of a horror film.
Straight out of Dogtown? What do you got?
Straight out of Dogtown?
Here, hold up.
No.
This week in the news. Let's see what we got. All right, what do you got?
We've got a South African woman has been discovered alive in a morgue.
I saw that
after being declared dead in a car crash.
I saw
This is truly scary shit right here. So the woman was found breathing by mortuary technicians several hours after being certified dead by paramedics at the scene of a pileup outside of Johannesburg. So don't worry, guys. We don't live in South Africa. This happened in South Africa. We have much better EMTs, firefighters, paramedics here in the United States.
And no zombies.
And no fucking zombies. But this happened in South Africa. So I think what's even more scary, like opposed to that, like that's just fucking terrifying. This woman woke up in a mortuary after a car accident. Like last thing she remembers, like car accident, you think if she's gonna wake up, it's gonna be like in a hospital bed. She still has vitals.
Yeah.
And no, she's like in a mortuary. But to me, that's not even the most scary part. This most scary part comes from the crew. When they interviewed that paramedic crew after they were done, they said, we followed all our procedures. We've got no idea how this happened.
Because she wasn't dead. That's how it happened.
I know, like I like pulses just don't stop and then come back. They have to have some sort of resuscitation. Like somebody just didn't do their job. Like somebody f***ed up big time, And then it goes on to say the crew is absolutely devastated. We're not in the business of declaring living people dead. We're in the business of keeping people alive. You didn't do a good fucking job on that one. Trust me, you weren't the ones keeping that woman alive. She woke up by herself in a fucking mortuary.
Well, it's funny that you read because the article that I had seen whenever I was scrolling through the news was, and I thought whenever I heard you say that, I thought that's what you were gonna read. It was dead woman, and this is what confused me. Dead woman found alive in morgue fridge. I was like, that sounds complicated. I don't want to read anything about that, and so I just went past it because that just sounds so complicated in the title. But
Dude,
that's funny.
It's just straight out of a horror movie. Can you imagine? Obviously, this stuff doesn't happen a lot because we would read about it and hear about it, especially with social media and how fast news travels. But this is straight out of a horror movie. I mean, being quote unquote dead and then waking up, like I said, not in a hospital, but in a mortuary, in a fridge. Like maybe
You
she
can't
was
even
already
escape.
like pushed inside of the box. Maybe she wasn't just laying on a table. Maybe she was already like inside of something.
Well, I think that's
don't
what
know,
they
man.
mean by fridge. That's what they mean.
So how the fuck she must have like woke up and then just started yelling and screaming at me.
That's what I would do. Well,
Can
I
you
mean,
imagine being the mortuary technicians?
So here's the question, though. You say that obviously this doesn't happen a lot and stuff, but what if it does, and people don't get out?
Oh shit! So maybe. Oh fuck! So
You
maybe it
see what I
happens more
mean?
than we think.
Yeah.
Maybe it happens more than we think, but the people re-died. Like they just died twice.
Yeah, they get froze. They're done.
Oh my gosh.
And the thing is then the cause of death that they find isn't, they just make that shit up because, they don't know how they
Oh
died.
my gosh. Who can you trust?
If you can't trust people telling you you're dead, and then you end up not dead.
Oh my gosh. Who can you trust? What are you gonna do if you can't? If you can't trust people, proclaim people dead or bring people back to life. What if they were just? What if they fucking just didn't want to do their job that day? They're just like, she's gone.
Yeah, right. She's done. She's dead.
Eh.
You start moving, they fucking bop you in the head, and they're like, "Shut the fuck up! I don't want to fill out this paperwork. I don't."
I'm already on a 12-hour shift. I don't need to make it
Right?
14.
Someone else just fucking crashed. Let's not do this shit. But
oh my god,
that's
how
nuts.
scary though, dude. That's insane.
Dude, that right there, pure terror. That's what nightmare. That's called nightmare fuel.
I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
News for you from Twitter. They know we're doing news. All this boy wanted after 6 weeks of radiotherapy was his own World Cup. I'll tell you what, young child, you wasted your Make-A-Wish. You should have got something different. Instead, you got a fucking World Cup. But
these fucking kids.
It's all right. Yeah,
That's funny.
We are running into an hour and 25 minutes. So,
all right. Well, guys, before I sign off, wish me luck. My boy is playing in the state tournament starting this weekend. So we got the Massachusetts State Tournament, guys, and I'll be posting updates. So follow our Facebook page, follow our Twitter page, follow me on Twitter at Stephen Rotter, and I'll keep you updated through the tournament because we got a good chance at it. I'm really excited.
Emaroni and cheese.
Sorry to jump right in. Sorry to jump right in there, Justin, but I'm just so excited, and I want to get all of our listeners to shout out and give us a good luck because we need it. Of course, luck's always part of it.
Luck and having Emaroni and cheese.
Dude, Emaroni and cheese, dude. Lead off batter, bro. I'm just saying.
Oh, is he the lead hitter?
He is lead off batter, play second base. It's my boy.
That's your boy. See,
That's my boy.
cracking that ball out deep that one time was definitely worth it. You showed him.
That's right. I'll keep you guys updated though. So follow the page. And I'll post from both my personal account and Life Under Fire page.
Yeah, you can also follow us on Instagram. That seems to be a primary social media thing that people use somehow. You know, I thought Twitter was the move, but we're getting likes out the boo to boom on Instagram, so that's kind of cool. You know, follow us on there at Life Under Fire IG, because that fucking one guy will not get back to me to give me that. You know, so I just gotta wait till we get big enough and then just steal it by force by emailing Instagram and telling them, hey, this is my company and I need it. Because I'm assuming that's how that works. You know, there's no way. There's a lot of name squatters out there. There's no way that, you know, the people that have like Pepsi just got Pepsi. You know, as soon as Instagram came out, like someone made the Pepsi and then they got taken away or sold it. But we can't buy it yet, so we might have to just forcibly take it. Sorry, mister. So there's that one.
We don't apologize for nothing.
Yeah, the only thing I'm apologizing for is you know,
having to put an IG at the end of our
I'm sorry guys. Makes it unprofessional. But go ahead and if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Click the little bell too. It tells you whenever we go live. Then guess what? I don't have to, you know, post it on Facebook as often because it's hard to try and remember to do that when, you know, I don't even go on Facebook. So
don't keep us to yourselves either, guys. Share it. We know you guys like seeing everything we have to put out on Facebook, and we appreciate you guys looking at it and liking it. But hit that little share button. You don't even have to type in your own caption. Just hit share now.
Yeah.
Put it out there.
Subscribe on whatever you're listening to. The iTunes. Google actually just released their own podcast app to compete with Apple Podcasts.
Yes, they did.
Subscribe on there. It's a Google Podcast if you're on there, Stitcher, all that jazz. Go ahead and, you know, follow me at Just Secrets. You can follow us on Twitter at Life Under Fire. Check out our website, lifeunderfire.net, to support the show if you want to. You know, every little bit helps. You know, it helps us, you know, keep the show going, get a little bit better. I mean, as you can see, you know, I have no background. Steven does. You know, maybe get Steven a green screen. You know, calling him out. No, he's got a. We need the money. You know, we can't afford it. You know, I'm trying. You know, but you know,
settle down there, Justin. Settle down.
Buy a shirt, you know, because that stuff's cool. You know, you buy a shirt, you share it. You know, I get stopped in Walmart all the time for my Life Under Fire shirts because people see it and they don't know what it is. They know that it's something, you know, and so they ask about it. Hey, what is that? You know, that's the purpose of a shirt. It's, you know, then you get to talk about it. Say, hey, it's a podcast I listen to. You should check it out. Look at that. You didn't even have to share anything.
And you get the newest one. You get the newest Lola the Hedgehog one. That's a badass shirt.
That's bait right there, man. Chicks love animals. And you got a hedgehog on your shirt? Just saying.
What? Be like, I don't have a hedgehog, but a guy I know, a guy I listen to, he's got a hedgehog.
Something to think about. But that's it. You can follow Gary at GBTree with 3 E's.
You just said that with a lisp. It's fucking hilarious. Something to think about.
Something to think about.
Hey, guess what, guys? It's something to think about.
Well,
when you're out and about wearing a shirt, it's something to think about.
Anyway, since Gary's not here, I guess I gotta say the magical catchphrase. What is it? When life gives you lemons,
light them on fire.
Light them on fire.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Life Under Fire podcast. Join the community at spark.lifeunderfire.net and follow us on Twitter at Life Under Fire.